Hopefully you had a good week here and you're going into your weekend. Take some much needed days off. Lord knows I need one. But it's Friday night at 9 p.m. and we're here. We'll wait till some people get signed on here. Wait till I start seeing some people pop into the chat. Got some pretty cool, well, one pretty cool thing and one super, super cheap thing. What's up, Caleb? How are you? I'm all right. I'm a little tired. Back's hurting. Put in some really long hours here the last couple of days. Running on empty. Sharush, what's up? Same old Sharush. You know, wake up, go to work, come home, shower, eat, play with tools, go to bed, repeat the next day. Or bowling. It's just that bowling's not in there that much because it's summertime, but that will change in September. Well, we got a couple of people. We got 3 people in here right now. So, I guess we'll get it started off with, I know, Caleb. Going through chemo. I'm covering it, yeah. Well, I hope he turns out okay, and I know, man, it's been a brutal week. What's up, Denny? So, I think I found quite possibly the shittiest drill you could ever find. Ever. Can any of you guys guess the brand that I'm talking about right now? Just think of the shittiest drill that you could ever think of. And let's start seeing the guesses here in the comments. I'll give you a little hint. It's a 12 volt drill. 12 volts. Okay? It's a 12 volt drill. So it can't be Bauer, Denny. Sorry, I know you wanted it to be Bauer. But it isn't. Take a wild guess what the shittiest drill of all time is. Is it Russian? Nope, it's not Russian. Let's see. Let me see where it's made. I don't want to give you guys any clues. Let me see where this thing's made. It's made in China. Made in China, and it's black, very light gray, and a little bit of navy blue in it. Take a wild guess. Definitely not the Walt, Denny. You gotta go way down the totem pole, man. We're talking about brands you've probably never even heard of. No, Denny, not Bosch. Bosch is definitely not one of the shittiest drills of all time. I'll give you guys like 2 minutes to try and figure this out. Nope, not DEKO. Nope. Didn't come from Amazon. Actually, I bought it at Lowe's. The company starts with a P, and that's the last hint I gave you. I gave you where I bought it and what the first letter in the company's name is. It's a P. Okay, Ethan, like, this isn't a bank or whatever. The new Capri locking long flexi heads are nice. Yeah, sure. The 12 volt brush Bosch sucks. I actually did a video on that, Denny, way back when. I even put it in my 12 volt drill video. It was by far the worst drill besides the Hercules 12 volt in that video out of all the 12 volts I tested. I think I tested 6 or 7 of them in that video. Nope, not Pink Tools, not Panasonic. You guys give up? Yeah, I know what you meant, a frog. I know what you meant. What's up, Pat? You guys give up? All you tool nerds in here, and none of you guys are gonna get this right, huh? Oh, I wish Apache was in here right now taking care of this Ethan guy. Nope, not Makita. Ethan, we're not here. We don't care about what you're talking about. Get out of the chat. What's up, Jimmy? Yeah, definitely not a financial channel. I made Apache moderator, but he's not in here right now. I gotta if anybody wants to be a moderator, just put it up in the comments here, and I'll make it happen for next week. At least I think I made Apache a moderator. I'm pretty sure I clicked on it and all that type of stuff. But when it comes to this, technical side of this YouTube shit, I'm not the best, and I admit it. You telling you too dumb to figure out how to ban someone? I'm not trying to ban anybody. What are you talking about, Night Owl? A moderator pretty much just helps out the channel when we're live and that type of stuff, and they can time people out for inappropriate stuff. They're just pretty much a second set of eyes. Like this Ethan guy in here, who is clearly a bot. He's clearly a friggin' robot. So let me see here if I can get rid of this guy. Remove. All right, he's gone. We're good unless you make one. I'm managing mod. All right, enough. You guys have had more than enough time. I'm a robot, beep-boop, yeah. All right, now you're gone. How do you like that, beep-boop? Now you're gone. God, I hate people. All right, we're trying to talk about tools, not politics and the Fed and all that bullshit, okay? Ethan, fight me. That's funny. All right, you guys have long enough to figure out what the worst drill in the world is. I'm going to show you what the worst drill in the world is. Even a Makita can't hold this drill's crown. I'm telling you right now. You ready? The Project Source 12 volt only has one speed drill. It comes with it is brushed. It comes with a 1.5 amp hour battery and charger. It was supposed to come with all this stuff, but some dipshit bought this and returned it and stole all the bits that it came with. So guess what? I guess this has been sitting around a minute. It was sitting on the back aisle. It had all this crossed off, and it said $5 on each side. And when I went to go take it up to the register, it rang up $5. So I said, hey, why not, right? I get it home, right? I charge up the battery. I start using it. Oh, my Lord. You want to talk about a shitbox? This thing has only one speed. I don't know. The Warrior may be better. You know what, Denny? That's a... Who was that, Denny or Jimmy that said that? Jimmy. That may be a good battle. The Warrior and this. Okay? Just listen to the no balls it has. Yeah, but Bauer doesn't make a 12 volt, Denny. You overpaid? The Project Source. Look, it doesn't have any speeds. You're stuck in one speed, and that is, it can go up to 750 RPMs. That's all you got. It does have an 18+1 clutch. Okay? It has a shitty plastic chuck, and that's your 1.5 amp hour battery. Although I will say, I like the design of the battery better than the Milwaukee's because it's got these two little clippies right here. See them clips? They actually clip into the side. So the battery's going nowhere. Where with the Milwaukee's, over time, they get loose and the battery starts falling out of them. But for $5, I figured it'd be funny. I figured it could be a gag gift. Who knows? Maybe we'll give this away. Maybe we'll do a drawing for the shittiest human being on my channel and then say that they won a prize. Like dumb comment of the day or something. Oh, you won a prize, and send them this piece of shit. Make them think that they won something great, and then you send them this piece of shit. Just piss them off even more. Skill 12 volt 5-inch clamp fan is good. The 12 volt drill. Actually, I gave away my 12 volt drill today. My buddy at work, Rob. Actually, I got the clamp fan somewhere around here, guys. I'll find it. My buddy at work, Rob, he's really helped me out with my car here the last couple of days, and we've put in some really long hours. Like, I didn't leave work till almost 11 o'clock at night last night. Just to put that into context, we close at 6. So we were there 5.5 hours after close. And he really helped me out a lot, and he didn't want anything for helping me out. So his drills have been looking pretty beat up at work, like they're on their last leg, so I brought him in a couple of tools. He appreciated it. Talking about this fan, Denny? I did have the Skill 12 volt drill up until today. I gave it to my buddy Rob. Is that the one you're talking about? Save the Mexicans, deport the Palestinians. All right, you're gone too. See you later. My dad bought the Skill 12 volt drill for like $40 to donate it to my robotics club at Canisius High School. And it is pretty decent. It's okay. It's okay, but it's not good. It's your typical have it around the house. If you're only going to use it a few times a year, yeah, it works. It works great. If you're going to be using it every day, day in, day out, pushing it to its limits, I don't know if it's that good then. Yeah, this fan is okay. Yeah, it's okay. This fan actually, I'm going to be honest with you, you know how I got the Skill 12 20 volt Mr. fan? You guys have seen that video, right? I love that thing. This sits on top of my toolbox, and it's clamped in, and that's constantly blowing when I'm around my toolbox. But we were talking about this bad boy. This thing has got to be the worst drill I have ever used. Jimmy gave me a good idea. We got to get the Warrior drill. I think I've seen them on the open box table at Harbor Freight for like $4 or $5. So we'll have a horrible drill off. Who's the best of the worst? My Mr. fan lasts about 6-7 hours, Denny. I'm on a 5 amp hour 20 volt battery. It pretty much almost my fan stays running pretty much the entire time I'm at work, so call it 8 hours. I think the last hour I got to put one of my 12 volt batteries I got in, and then that lasts till the end of the day. But yeah, I mean, it's very seldom that I got to switch out my 20 volt battery out of that Mr. fan. It lasts all day long at work for me. I have no problem with it. It sits right there on my toolbox cart. I mean, not on my toolbox, on my tool cart. And it wheels around with me the whole shop while I'm working. And it just keeps me cool all day long. Oh, God. They are really, 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 really out today. This guy's rubbing his thing, he says. Hide him from the channel. Okay, who wants to be moderator? Where are you, Sharush? I'm making you moderator right now. Because I can't keep trying to add as moderator. Managing moderator. There you go, Roosh. Have fun. I'm getting tired of having to read retarded comments and then having to delete them. All right, Denny. I'll make you one too, Denny. Hold on. I'll do it right now. Add as moderator. All right, Denny. You're a standard moderator. Unless you want to be a managing one. It's up to you. I don't care. Oh, managing can't comment on my shorts? Okay, hold on. Let me redo Roosh then. Well, that's stupid. That's probably why you can't see Apache in here then. Why can't a managing moderator comment on shorts? Sharush is no longer a standard moderator for your channel. Okay. Roosh, throw me a comment so I know you can... Can you still comment, Roosh? Okay, I got you guys both as a standard moderator. I got Apache as a managing moderator, so I got to change that. See, I didn't know that. I just figured managing, you could do more stuff. So that's why I chose that. Yeah, you're right. I do remember him saying something about that. That's stupid. How stupid is that, right? So what do you guys think? You guys want to see the worst drill off in some short videos coming up? Or do you just not even want to see this piece of shit and just donate to some charity or whatever? Let me know what you want me to do with this thing, guys. But it is pretty bad. All right. We got some more stuff. I wish, I got these just for Juan today. Okay? Just for learning with Juan. I'm kind of surprised he's not in here right now. Yeah, Pat, I know. I go to the trade schools. I go to the BOCE schools around here. Okay, guys, I'm going to tell you something. And I didn't even want this being public. But when my skill miter saw took a shit, like literally springs flying everywhere, they sent me a new one. Well, I'd already went and got the DeWalt FlexVolt and fell in love with it. Okay? And now I have a brand new saw sitting in a box that I'm never going to use. 10-inch miter saw. It's a $300 saw. Okay? It's okay. I had no problem with it until the cover exploded on me. Like the spring came out and all that type of stuff. And I still got the old one that all it needs is a spring and a bolt and it'll be just fine. So, plus Skill sent me a blower and a couple other things. So I took it to Niagara County BOCES. If people don't know what that is kind of a vocational school for high schoolers to learn trades, plumbing, electrical, carpentry, automotive. They even got a hairdressing one. They got a barber shop. They got food service. It's a lot of different trades where they teach kids how to be in the trades. So I went there and I donated that stuff to them. And me and Souls were talking about it, and I said, should I video it and show it? And Souls is like, well, why would you want a video and show it? I said, just to show the kids being happy and that they got tools to use. He goes, then video it. But then I was thinking about it, and I was worried that people were going to say that I was just doing it to get publicity. Because it's happened to me before with bowling. So I kind of been through all this already. So I chose not to video any of it. So you guys let me know if you think me going and donating stuff to these vocational trade schools and videoing it is cheesy, or should I just not video it and not let anybody even know that I'm even doing it? Because that's not the reason why I do it. The reason why I do it is so that these kids have some tools to use while they're learning. Yeah, that sucks, Pat, that Canisius doesn't allow you guys to go to BOCES for half of the day, which I think is stupid. And that's exactly why our country is becoming what our country is, and why this generation coming up don't know how to do anything. They don't know how to do anything. They can't work with their hands because schools aren't encouraging it. Let me see. Oh yeah, yep. They still do BOCES. I went to BOCES for culinary. All right, but anyways, yeah, I know that's all another goof thing. But I've talked to the teachers over there and stuff. I don't think they would have any problem with asking the parents if the kids could be on a short video of me donating tools. But like I said, that's what I mean. There's so much red tape, and then you got people's feelings mixed into it all, and I'd rather not even deal with it. I'd rather just donate the tools and be happy that the kids got some good stuff. Now, sorry guys, I'm playing with something right now. Well, that's different. Huh. Ah, I didn't even know I bought a different one. Look at that. Okay. So, was at Lowe's. Oh, by the way, I got this nice DeWalt shirt there today, too. And I saw these out on the clearance. Okay? If you can hear me playing with it, you probably know what it is. Right now, Lowe's is clearancing out all of the Cobalt ratcheting wrenches, impact sockets, regular wrenches, all that type of stuff. I got there because I haven't been in like a week or two. I've been staying out of the stores because I've been spending too much money. But anyways, yeah, you're right, Azen, you're right. But this was on sale. These wrenches are not cheap. Even though they're Cobalts, they're not cheap. They're like 15, 20 bucks a piece, okay? They're the ratcheting wrenches, and then you flip it around, and it goes the other way. Tighten, loosen, okay? Right? And then it's got the open end on the other end, okay? Most of them were gone. But I did end up getting a 17 mil. These are all deals happening right now, guys. I got a 15 mil. I got a 14 mil. All the other ones were all gone. Oh, and I got an 11/16, but I left it in the car. And I got a little 8 mil. I got a little 8 mil. Which is pretty cool. Okay? They're all 90 tooth ratcheting. You'll never guess how much I paid for them. $1.99 a pop. $2 a piece. I couldn't believe it. I was so mad I wasn't there a few days before. Did you find one, Pat? Because if you didn't, I saw a 22 mil and a 3/8 impact socket because I went through them all at the Lowe's on the Boulevard. So if you go down Maple Road and hang a left, when you hit the Boulevard, you hit the Lowe's. Another Lowe's. They actually had quite a bit of sockets. What store was doing this deal? The Cobalt. All the stores are doing this. Like if you walk into a Lowe's right now, they got these out on a table, hundreds of them, sockets, wrenches, and they range from $1.99 all the way up to I think $4.99 or $3.99. But at my Lowe's, the ones that were originally $4.99 on clearance, they just want to blow them out. They had them marked down again to $1.99. So some Lowe's are even going lower on the price, and I ended up getting these for a couple of bucks a piece. These are $20 wrenches all day long, okay? And what I just found out about this 14 mil one is that you know how you usually flip it around, and then you got loosey and then tighty, right? Not this one. This one's actually got a left and a right switch. And I didn't even notice that until I went live. So that's pretty cool. I like that better, because how many times as a mechanic have you been ratcheting on something, right, with one of these, and you go to set it down to grab something or another bolt or whatever, and you forget, and you put it on there and you start loosening it back up again. So I kind of like that on this one. Yeah, go to your low, because I tell you what, I bought the last of the ones at my Lowe's. So they're probably getting down low in stock. It's just that good of a deal. I don't know why they're getting rid of all these. I don't know if Cobalt's done making hand tools, or if Cobalt's being done, period, or if they got a next generation of these type of tools coming out. But I'm telling you right now, a kit of these that skips a few sizes, easily $200. Easily. I think the Icon ones that have the anti-slip grip up here with the ratcheting on this end, I think those are like $179.95. So that's Harbor Freight. So yeah, anything like that's going to be over $200 for a kit. So I ended up getting a couple of, I got a 14 mil, a 15 mil, and a 17 mil, and an 8 mil, and an 11/16. Is it a full kit? No. But maybe I can go to another Lowe's and kind of hope that I can piece a kit together here for dirt cheap. Do they? Do they got more at the one on Transit? I have to go check it out. How many batteries do I have? Well, that's not even all of them, brother. I got a lot of batteries. I do. Because when we're tool testing, I like to match it up as fairly and evenly as possible. So if I only got a 4 amp hour Craftsman battery, well then I better have a 4 amp hour DeWalt battery if it's going up against DeWalt, or a 4 amp hour Milwaukee battery if it's going up against Milwaukee. And then you got tablets, then you got pouch cells, stacked lithiums, and forges, and all that type of stuff. Yeah, I get, yeah, there's tons of these types of schools, but I kind of want to keep it local. I kind of want to affect my area and do good in my area. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm giving them tons of stuff. You know, I'm giving them the stuff that either gets given to me, like which we're going to talk about here in a little bit. I got some good news. If like a company gives me a tool to review, and whatever, I'm not a fan of it, or I know I'm not going to use it that much, I'll donate it to the vocational school, or I'll donate it to a YouTuber who's just trying to get his channel started. I'm not going to name any names, but I have donated tools to YouTubers all across this platform. And I'm not going to mention any names because I don't want anybody knowing who I give them to, you know? Sharush's school for underprivileged kids who love tools. Yeah, you just started up your own school, Sharush. I know, you're going to like break into my house one day or something. I got to be careful. What's up, Progressive? You're new here? Cool. We're just sitting here. We just kind of got started, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes ago. What do I do? Review tools? Yep, I review all kinds of tools, and yeah, that's what we do. And we go live every Friday night and we talk. We talk about tools, whatever the heck you want to talk about. Right now we're talking about this killer deal at Lowe's on the ratcheting open-end wrenches. It's damn near 90% off right now, if you're lucky enough to get there and get them before they're sold out. I was lucky enough to pick up a few today, and I'm very happy with my purchase. On the one video, I saw a comment about somebody wanting to bring a U-Haul over to your house. Yeah, Pat, I know. I wonder who that could be. I think his name starts with an S and ends with an H. I'll let you decide who that is. Yeah, I mean, I paid $2 for this wrench. It's usually $15, $20 for just a wrench like this. And I ended up getting a 17 mil, a 15 mil, a 14 mil, and an 8 mil. You better hide that Makita battery from Souls. Yeah, you know what? I got that battery, but I don't own a single Makita tool. I had bought the XGT 40-volt drill and impact driver kits, and some guy on Facebook Marketplace was selling an extra Makita battery for dirt cheap. So I bought it with the assumption that those tools were going to be kept, and maybe I'd get a few other Makita tools, but they were so horrible that I ended up taking that kit back. So yeah, I got a Makita battery and charger that I got no tool for, and it will probably just sit there forever because unless they change it around, there won't be too many Makita tools. The only reason why I would even buy a Makita tool right now is to prove to people just how bad they are. Who knows? They got new CEOs coming in, I heard about a year ago. Give them some time. Maybe they can revamp it and make what was once a proud tool brand better than it's ever been. Off the top of your head, sir, if I'm using a 1-inch battery impact, how much torque am I losing? Reducing it to a 3/4. A little, not much. I mean, are you using an adapter to reduce it down to 3/4? Or are you going down to a 3/4 inch impact gun? If you're going from an inch anvil down to a 3/4 inch anvil on another impact gun, if they got the same torque specs, you're not going to see too much of a difference, maybe a tiny bit of difference. But if you're putting a adapter on to go down to 3/4 inch, you're probably going to notice a little. You're going to notice a little dip. But if it's a 1-inch impact, it's got a lot of power. It's probably going to be just fine. Juan is incognito because he knows me and Sharush will time him out for his antics on other channels. Well, that's not fair because I'm going to be honest with you. I am not a Cobalt fan. I am definitely not a Cobalt hand tools fan, but this deal was so good. And when I saw it sitting there, my first thing that went through my head was, oh, Juan will love this. He'll love it. He'll love it. And then he's not even here. What the heck, Juan? The last time I ever think of you. All right. That's not we're about a half hour in now, and we're talking about nothing. So I got some exciting news. The contracts have been signed for 4 different brands who want to have me make videos for them. One is Flexi. It's a Flexi thing storage. Flexi mount. Sorry, guys. It's been a long couple of days. My back's killing me. Flexi mounts. Signed that contract. We're expected to have that in a couple of days. It's a storage system for your garage that goes up and down like an elevator. Looks really cool. Tecton, which I am super excited about, is sending me ratchets and wrenches. It's kind of another reason why I bought the Cobalt ones, because I kind of want to compare some different brands. Scener batteries. You guys have probably heard of them. The replacement battery Scener. You know I'm a replacement battery hater. Juan actually hates Cobalt. We just give him a hard time by pretending he loves them. I don't know. He's always talking up Cobalt. Scener batteries. They are sending me batteries for my Bosch and all them tools you see back there. And I told them, I said, listen, guys, I am not a big fan of these replacement batteries. I have had nothing but bad luck. I'm not saying it's your brand. I'm just saying I have had horrible luck with them. I said, and if it's not good, I'm not saying it's good. So don't put some stupid shit in the contract saying that I got to say what you want me to say. It's either you agree to right now what I want to say or we don't do it. Well, they agreed. So they're sending out some stuff. And then Vivor, their stuff came in today. And this is the first one we're going to do. Anybody guess what's in here? Does it say it on the box? No, it doesn't. Anybody guess what's in this box? Best budget tools are rigid, bro. Yeah, they're very good. Hercules is good too. Yeah, I hope they do, Sharush. I hope they do make some good batteries. I don't want to bash somebody. I want the stuff to be good because if the stuff's good and I can do videos and people buy it from my affiliate, then I make a little bit of money. And then everybody wins, right? The customer gets a good product. I make a little bit of money and the company makes a little bit of money. Everybody's happy. But when it's not good, then these two things cannot happen. Okay? Tecton is very good. I've always been a fan of Tecton. What's a good table saw I could get that doesn't break the bank? Depends. Are you using it as a professional or just as a... Using it as a professional or just using it as a DIY or using it every once in a while in your garage? Making beehive boxes? Are you looking for corded or cordless? Are you going to have power? Are you using it outside or do you need it to be cordless? There's so many variables. Is what's good for you, you know what I mean? Mitchell, I tell you what, I've had a few Delta products here in the shop. Even though it says rigid across it, it's still a Delta. It was made by Delta and Delta warrantied it. I'm not having much luck with their tabletop, you know, with their benchtop tools. They're kind of junky. I showed it on a video the other day of that spindle sander. That's a Delta. It just says rigid on it. It's pretty much a Delta, but it just orange with rigid on it. That's it, because rigid contracted them to make that stuff. I wouldn't assume that it's cheaper. You can find pretty good deals. Like I got my Milwaukee cordless table saw over there, and I got it for almost 50% off during the holiday time. I love that table saw, my Milwaukee cordless. But I also got plans to be putting stuff outside and stuff. So if you're looking for a corded one and you're just making like beehive boxes, and you don't want to break the bank, what's your budget like? Let's start there. What are you looking to spend? Give me a roundabout number, and I'll tell you what you want. Yeah, that spindle sander sucks. Yeah, like they're you know, to change the angle on the table saw, Denny, it's like really cheap and wonky. Not the nice big Delta. That's a nice one. I'm talking like the tabletop stuff, like the 8 1/4 inch. I'm not talking the 10 inch. Yeah, you can get that Milwaukee. I imagine they're going to be putting that Milwaukee fuel. I mean, I've showed videos of me making all my cutting boards with that Milwaukee. I've had it, let's see, since November. I mean, it's never bogged down on me, and I've been slicing through, you know, inch thick oak and maple and purple heart and all them hardwoods. I was looking at a Delta miter saw. I wouldn't spend the money on it. It's just going to cost you more money. You want a great miter saw that doesn't cost you $1,000? I tell you what, the DeWalt Flex Volt, the cordless one, that's the one I got. Beautiful. It's just so awesome. That's all I'm going to say about it. But Piney, if you're on like a budget, if you don't want to spend, you know, $400 or $500, I will say you could probably get away with using that skill, the skill one, the 10-inch skill table saw. I mean, it comes with a 5-year warranty. I've seen lots of guys, I've been seeing a lot of guys using them skills. I haven't personally used one, but I know that the DeWalt's good. The Rigid is even good. I mean, you don't have to get the Milwaukee. The Milwaukee is obviously cordless, but the Rigid one's pretty good for maybe 300, 350 bucks. I think the skill's like 250. So it all depends how much money you want to spend, but any of them are going to do the job that you're doing, making those little projects. It's not like you're building houses and ripping down 2x4s all day long with them. Yeah, the old Craftsman ones, yeah, they're great. My grandfather had one in his garage, and I wanted it, but my freaking uncle took it when my grandfather passed away without even asking. Just took it. Wasn't too happy about that. You know what I've been trying to find? I've been trying to find a Craftsman radial arm saw. Just to play around with it because I think it's cool. Every time I see one slicing and dicing at Home Depot, cutting stuff for people, I'm like, oh my God, that thing is just so awesome. Okay. All right. I didn't know it was expensive. So if you're looking to spend some money, the DeWalt is very good. The Bosch is very good. If you're going with cordless though, I'm just going to be 110% honest with you. If you're going to go cordless, the best cordless table saw on the market, without a doubt, nobody can touch this table saw, is the Flex 10-inch. Not a single one. It comes with a 10 amp hour stacked lithium battery. If I would have known, I didn't really know about Flex when I bought that Milwaukee. If I would have known about that tool, I would have bought the Flex. But I had already bought the Milwaukee, and the Milwaukee does just fine. It's a very, very good saw. Is it that Flex? No, it's not, but it's okay. The Flex is a little expensive though, but I tell you what, if you're willing to spend the money, that's a great tool. And you want to know else why it's great? Because you can run it on battery or you can run it on plugging it into the wall. It's like a hybrid. They really thought of everything with that saw. So if you're outside and you don't want to run an extension cord, you don't have to. If you're inside and you just want to plug it in, you can. All right, let me catch up on some comments here. Yeah, mine was on sale for 300 bucks. That's a good deal. Are the rigid miter saws any good? Now, I know I just shitted on Delta here. I just crapped all over Delta because I've been having a lot of issues, but I will say they did one thing right. If you can find in the Home Depots the old rigid miter saw, the 12-inch that was made by Delta that has the arms on it, not the sliding rails, that thing is freaking amazing. Souls has it, and he says that's his favorite tool to use. So if you want to know anything about that saw, go watch Tools with Souls. He's done a few videos on it. It's great. The new one that isn't made by Delta, When I was in the market for a miter saw, I was asking Souls, do I take this rigid or this DeWalt FlexFold? And he told me, hands down, the DeWalt FlexFold. And I tell you what, I am so happy I listened to him because that thing is a dream to use. And that miter saw, the DeWalt FlexFold, it's cordless. It charges the battery every time it gets used. So the battery doesn't run down on you as nearly as quick as you think it would. Not Milwaukee, Pat. Not for miter saws. They're not accurate. They're just not. Are they powerful? Yeah, but they're not accurate. You constantly got to mess with it. It constantly comes out of square. You're constantly always messing with it. You're scared it's not, it's just not, it's okay. For the amount of money they charge for it, though, it should be a lot better. Hell no on the Milwaukee miter saws. Definitely hell yes on the Flex. Flex miter saws and table saws are awesome. Bosch's miter saws and table saws are awesome. If you get the Bosch that has those arms on it instead of the rails, I almost got that one instead of the FlexFold. The only reason why I didn't is because the one that was in the store was a corded model. If it would have been the cordless one, I would have gotten the Bosch because of those arms. You don't need that much clearance. It's so much less room you need to operate it. Yeah, you got to save up. You got to start selling, Pat, you got to start selling those tool holders. You got to get me a couple of them, brother, so we can put them on the channel here and we can get you making money on them. I know we could sell those things, kid. People are always looking for tool storage stuff on the cheap. So if you can make them and be reasonably priced, you can make some money. You can make that $800 quick, kid. Start hustling. Yeah, email me, Pat. I also put away all that stuff that you're interested in too, them batteries that you're interested in charger. I didn't get rid of them. I got them set aside for you. You got to be careful when you're buying Milwaukee stuff on Amazon. It may be fake. That's probably why it's so cheap, Soundwave. They're not a registered Milwaukee seller, and they're almost everything Milwaukee on Amazon is a fake. Like they take some shitty tool, they paint it red, stick a Milwaukee sticker on it, and ship it out the door and call it the whatever part number it's supposed to be, but it looks nothing like it. But no, I'd say the Milwaukee chop saw is okay. I mean, why wouldn't it be? You're just chopping with it. Oh, clearance at Home Depot. Yeah, that's a good buy. $150. I don't know why I thought I saw Amazon. I'm sorry. Sunwave. It was really, you got lucky, Pat. You got lucky. You got to be careful, though. You got to be careful, Pat, buying Milwaukee on Amazon. You will end up getting a fake if you keep buying Milwaukee on Amazon. Trust me when I tell you. Take it from a guy who's gotten plenty of fakes, okay? Thoughts on Festool? I don't understand why their shit costs so much. Just like Snap-on. Just like Mac. I mean, I could go on and on with these designer tools. They're fucking ridiculously stupid. Does Festool make a good tool? Yes. Do they make a good drill? No. Their drill sucks, but it's like $600. Why would anybody want to buy it? Their sander's $700. I can go buy a Bosch that is just as smooth for a tenth of the price, or an eighth of the price. It was not an oil pump, Christina. It was an O-ring on the oil cooler that was bad. I hate Amazon, by the way. I hate it. Rocket Auto? I've heard about them. What do you want? What about them? Einhill? I haven't really used it any of them. I think Einhill and what was I gonna say? Einhill. Oh God, and Ingersoll Rand. I think they're in like cahoots or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure they are. But yeah, I don't see too many of those type of tools here either. I try not to get in the tools that are from other countries. What's the point? You can't get parts for them. You can't get service. You can't get any of that stuff, and they cost an arm and a leg. There's plenty of good tools here in the States. Plenty of big companies and all that type of stuff. Yeah, Rock Auto's nice. Yeah. Uh, You know, is it a big price difference, Piney? If it's not a big price difference, get the 10-inch. Because I'm pretty sure with the 10-inch, you can buy the adapter. You can buy an adapter that goes into the battery part, and it's got a cord on the end of it, and you can run it out of your wall outlet too, on top of a battery. I would most definitely get the 10-inch and get the adapter so that you get that flexibility. If you're already going to spend the money, I think the adapter is like $40. You might as well get that too. Yeah, Pat, I haven't been in Canada since I was 19, 20 years old. So I don't go to Canada. Canada don't like me. Let's just leave it at that. You want me to tell you the future? It's 5:20 a.m. What are you doing up, Sharush? Go to bed. Or are you on American time? Just so you can watch all the tool channels. Wow, it's already been 51 minutes? Holy cow, time flies when you're talking, right? Ooh, I tell you what, my back has been killing me, guys. I think I gotta go. Did you guys check the video I did on the seat bucket? Wee-oo. That's what I've been sitting on this whole time. But I gotta tell you, I can't sit on it anymore because my back is literally that messed up this week. I gotta go find me a real chair. And then we'll talk about this Vevor tool that came in today that you guys are going to be seeing a lot of here. All right, let's get a real chair here. No, the seat is not from Harbor Freight. That's a Harbor Freight bucket. You can put it on any 5-gallon bucket. A Home Depot, a Lowe's, a Harbor Freight, an Ace, whatever. Advanced Auto. The seat was bought at Home Depot. I think the seat was $12. I thought it was so cool. I bought one for my stepdad for Christmas. He loves it. He uses it while he's working on his cars and when he goes fishing and stuff. Yeah, I've never seen the DeWalt chair. Get a chair, man. I doubt YouTube has insurance. Yeah, my back's has been hurting for a couple of weeks now, and it keeps getting worse and worse. Mainly because I never give it a rest. I fight through the pain. You know, I shouldn't have bowled on Wednesday night, but I did. And, I mean, it was a profitable night, but at what cost? You know what I mean? And I felt it too. Like, there were some shots. I mean, don't get me wrong, I threw a lot of good shots. I led the tournament, right? But man, there were some shots, they were so off. And it's just not like me to be that off. And it's because my back, it's been killing me. Oh, nice, Pat. Yeah, DeWalt makes a chair. Yeah, that was going through my mind. I didn't even know DeWalt made a chair. I guess that's not on one of my things here. All right. Seeing how Juan didn't show up to show him the Cobalt wrenches, Vevor sent this over. We're going to be doing some stuff with Vevor. This is one out of the 4 tools that they have sent or sending. This is an inspection camera. Look, I haven't even taken it out of the box yet. Haven't even opened it. So that's an inspection camera. We're going to be doing we're going to do a long format video and a couple of shorts. I hope it's good. I tell you what, the Vevor track saw that they sent me, for the amount of money it costs, $84 for that and the track. I use it all the time. I use it all the time. Sitting right over there. I do hate that it's corded, though. It's one of the few tools that I have that's corded. But besides that, and the dust collection sucks. Besides that, though, it works good. For 84 bucks, like track saws are like $500-600. So it's literally a fifth of the cost. And it works pretty damn well once you put a good blade on it. If you do buy the Vevor track saw, do not use the blade that they sent with it. It is dangerous. It is dangerous. It is that junky of a blade. They should have just said, it doesn't come with a blade. That's what they should have did. And whatever, took $10 off the price tag. Yeah, you don't get paid the rest. I get it. But I didn't have to bowl on Wednesday. I probably shouldn't have bowled on Wednesday. But I almost won. So came in second. Almost won. Yes and no, Pat. You can use a straight edge on a circ saw, but it's not the same because when you're trying to plunge, especially when you're working with finer hardwoods, when you're trying to make a cut, especially a cut that is square, like a 90-degree square cut, that the nothing beats that track saw because it plunges in, it cuts it so cleanly you don't even have to sand it. If you did that with a circ saw and a straight edge, could you get it done? Yeah. But I don't know. For longer cuts, like say it's 55, 60-inch cut, it's going to be hard getting, it's going to be hard repeating that cut over and over again. I'm surprised that Souls isn't here. I'm surprised Juan ain't here. I'm surprised a lot of people aren't here. But that's okay. Maybe they're busy. I would have been the water boy. Yeah, I hear that. Sometimes I wish I was just a water boy. Boy, but people don't pay the water boy. Yeah, that's what I mean. You can find an actual straight 2x4. You know how hard that is? Ah, go look at the lumber at Home Depot. Every 2x4 is fucked. It's so fucked. The building materials are so horrible now, it's not even funny. Now, it could be me, Sharush. It could be me because I don't even know how to schedule this for like every Friday. Because I don't think YouTube knows that I go live every Friday. I got to figure out how to schedule it so people get the notification that I'm live. Or maybe you did, maybe you didn't. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I'm not that familiar with it yet. I'm learning as I go here. Sparky here. I refuse to clean up until Klein makes a broom. Shit. We can always go get an HDX broom at Walmart and slap a freaking Klein sticker because I think HDX is like gray and orange. It would match right in. Be careful, guys. We got an electrician in the chat. Now, Bobby, if you tell me that you use Makita and you're an electrician, I don't know. We may have to have a talk. To be fair, the Reds have electric brooms. They do, you're right. Yeah. Unfortunately, there's a lot of substance abuse in the trades. Automotive, contracting, all that stuff. There's a lot of substance abuse. We the users. So there you go. Sharush just said it. So all you guys that are in the chat, make sure you turn on the notification bell. That way when we go live, you get notified. Or when we post a video, you get notified. Mod box versus pack out. Now, that's a good one. If you can't tell, there's my pack out. And then over there, I got some more pack out. And then in that room, see that room over there? There's a bunch more pack out on the wall in that room. Now, I'm going to tell you, pack out. But it's not for the reasons you think. If Klein Mod Box had the pack out stuff to, type of stuff to put on the wall to store your tools, and if they had a bigger system like pack out, I would tell you all day long Klein Mod Box. But they just don't have all the features or all the stuff you can do with the pack out. They just don't. I look at it when I'm at Lowe's all the time and I'm all like, I wish they had the place that you could hang on the wall so you could store your tools on the wall. I like my tools being on the wall. I like them being out, invisible, so I can go reach for it when I need it. I don't want to be opening up drawers. But I will say the Klein Mod Box is better than the Milwaukee Pack Out Toolbox. Their drawers are better. They came out with the bottom drawer first. Milwaukee just came out with it. They're like fifth. Flex came out with it before them. But the simple fact that Milwaukee's got a whole system is definitely pack out all day long. And I don't think Modbox is going to be adding anything to it because Milwaukee just sued them for copyright infringement. Milwaukee pretty much said that Klein copied the Milwaukee pack out. And there are a lot of similarities, but I will say Klein took them took like the cons in the pack out and made it better, but then they got sued, so they couldn't make wall mounts and stuff like that. So that's why you're seeing all the Klein Mod Box shit on sale at Lowe's, because once it's gone, I think it's gone for good, guys. Yeah, Denny, I don't know if they're going to be doing an expansion on Modbox. Milwaukee's taking them to the cleaners right now, and from what I hear that Milwaukee's going to win that lawsuit. So I don't know if Klein's going to be expanding on that. But if Klein had the full experience like Milwaukee's got, I would say Klein all day long Modbox. It's just, I think it's better. I think the toolbox is better, but Milwaukee has all the stuff you can hang on the wall. They got everything thought of. They got your weed whacker you can hang on the wall, your this, your that, your impacts, your drills, it goes on and on. Your batteries. You could put everything on the wall and it looks awesome. Can't do that with Klein. But I'll tell you what, if I had a choice right now, I would have bought the Klein toolbox, and then I would have bought all the Milwaukee pack-out stuff to put on the wall. I'll say, too, Ryobi Link, as much as I'm not a big Ryobi fan, the Ryobi Link stuff, it's pretty close to the pack-out wall stuff. I'm not talking about the toolbox. The toolbox is garbage. But the stuff you put on the wall, it's pretty much the same thing as pack-out, just with a Ryobi symbol. Yeah, as a tough system owner, I can tell you I wasted money. Only thing that is cool is the garage organization. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, that tough built system is not a bad system. But what happened? They went to Lowe's. And guess what? When tools go to Lowe's, they die. They just die. That tough built toolbox, that's a good effing toolbox for not a lot of money. It just sucks that they're in lows and they're not selling. They're not selling. So when stuff's not selling, they're not expanding on their lines. But when stuff sells, then they expand their line so that they can sell more stuff. But when the original thing doesn't sell that well, they just give up. Because let's be honest, Milwaukee owns that space. I will say that the Walt system 2.0 is really nice. But the Walt 2.0 system with those drawers, them drawers are phenomenal. Phenomenal. I tell you what, if one company took all of these other modular tool storage systems, greatest aspects, right, and put them all into just one thing, that would be phenomenal. Yeah, it's good for that, Pat. Yeah. Yeah. Tough Built's got some good stuff. I got a Tough Built pole saw that I got to show you guys. That's coming in the mail too. Thanks to Eddie over at, I think it's True Accolade. He's got a 15-second review channel, tool review channel. He's a little out there. He's a little wacky, but he's just a good dude. And he does these little short bursts of power with his 15-second reviews. And he had two of them by mistake, and he's sending me the one. So when that comes in the mail, I'm really excited for that Tough Built pole saw because I've really needed a good pole saw in here for my woodworking projects. Hello, Pablo. I don't know the rest of it, but I do know you said hello. So hello, Pablo. Well, it's kind of a quiet night tonight, guys. Yeah, I have no clue how to speak Spanish. So what do you guys think? You guys going to be interested in looking at the Vivor inspection camera? I'm going to be honest with you. Never really used one of these, but we're gonna test it out. We're gonna see how nice it is. We're gonna put it down some pipes and stuff and see if you can see stuff and if in fact it's a pretty good tool. I'm actually kind of happy that there's no more crazy people in the chat talking about politics and rubbing his meat and all that bullshit. Oh, Ted Allen's in the house. What up, Ted? Yeah. I have one from Harbor Freight. It was given to me 14 years ago. Still works. So you know they didn't make it. Denny, you are the Harbor Freight hater. I love it. No, my back is not better, Ted. I was sitting on my bucket chair for like the first 40 minutes and I couldn't do it anymore. I had to get up and go find a real chair because I couldn't do it anymore. I probably shouldn't have bowled on Wednesday night. I probably should have just taken the night off and rested up. Instead, my dumbass says, no, I'll fight through it. And yeah, I still finished in second, and still led the tournament, but I probably shouldn't have bowled on Wednesday night. I want the Harbor Freight towable excavator. Why, Pat? I don't know if you want that. I'd probably hold off on getting that. I'd probably let other people be the guinea pigs on that to see how quickly they break before you go and spend thousands of dollars on something. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you though, Roosh. Really, any chair isn't a proper chair for me. I don't fit in anything, dude. Our bedroom, we literally have two beds pushed together because I'm so big. We got a twin and a California king pushed together so I can be comfortable, so that my feet don't hang off the end of the bed. How crazy is that? Nope, I've never used anything from Astro Pneumatic, Doug. I haven't. Um, I'm not a big pneumatic tool guy. Do I got a few at work? Yeah. But I have switched since battery technology and these battery operated tools have gotten so good. Every one of my tools at work, except for maybe one or two, are all battery powered. And I don't miss a minute of having that cord and having to frickin' unhook it and hook it and trying to go around lifts with it. I don't miss it at all. Bye, Pat. Don't forget to email me, Pat. We got to get these tool things that you make out there, buddy. Okay? I guess. I don't know. I think that sounds annoying. But hey, everybody's different, right? Never mind. See your legs. You kind of look like a stump. Yeah. Yeah. Do you mean saw your legs? Yeah. Unfortunately, I need those legs. That's how I make my money. Guys, seriously, if you guys need wrenches, especially ratcheting wrenches, you cannot beat Lowe's Cobalt right now for $2. You can pretty much get a whole set of these for frickin' 15 bucks. Usually retail is at least over 200. How old am I? I'm 39 years old. I'll be 40 next April. Ted, I've had lower back issues since high school, neck and hip issues. Now at 62. I did long distance running for about 15 years. They say it didn't cause issues, but can't do it now. Yeah, see, guys, you know, I'm not just saying this to say it. People don't know what it's like to be 6 foot, almost 6'8". I'm like 6'7" and like 3/4 of an inch. So I'm almost 6'8". And most of my life I've been over 300 pounds. There was a time when I was around 260, but that wasn't that long. And this time last year I was almost 330 pounds. I'm actually down to 302 right now, so I've been losing some weight. But nobody realizes for us big guys, nothing is made tall enough, nothing is made big enough. Cars, you are crammed in the cars. Pretty much 3/4 of your day is cramming your body into something. Just look at it from this perspective. I work on cars. I have to pull them in and back them out all day long. How many cars on the road today do you think I can comfortably fit in? Some of these cars, I gotta like shimmy my body in this way and then swing my legs in, and then my feet are so big they touch the gas pedal and the brake pedal, but I can't move because my knees into the freaking dashboard. Then you lift the car up and the lift only goes up to this high. So I got to be doing the limbo like this under the car while I'm working on it. Or I got to be like this. Or take bowling. When you're throwing a 16-pound ball for 10, 12 games in a tournament. So that's 120 to 130 frames that you're throwing a 16-pound ball. And you're this big guy. And all the movement, this movement right here, of swinging the ball and your upper body moving with your lower body, and especially the power player that I am, it's wreaked its havoc over the years. I probably got 10 million games bowled on my body. And it just how nothing fits us kills me. It literally, I feel it killing me. I had this discussion with my wife almost every other day because nobody knows, because they're not as big as me. Souls could probably speak a little bit to it, but Souls is small compared to me. Like if I stood next to Souls, it would make him look like a normal sized man. It's wreaked its havoc over the years, and I don't know how much longer I can keep doing this, especially in the automotive industry. It takes me a half hour sometimes to get out of bed in the morning. At the age of 39, what's it going to be like when I'm 50? What's it going to be like when I'm 60? Am I going to be in a wheelchair by the time I'm 50 years old? And let's not forget, I was a chef for a decade, standing on my feet in a hot kitchen, running around with my head cut off. And then you had all the sports I played when I was younger. I probably got to start taking better care of myself. I probably got to get back in the gym. I want to start doing yoga. I know that sounds freaking ridiculous, but I've been watching people's transformations without barely being able to walk, and then they do yoga for a few months, and they're so fluid. And that's what I'm scared of. I feel like I'm losing my fluidness and my flexibility. And I need that to be able to bowl. And so I think some big lifestyle changes are coming. It's either that or I retire. I don't bowl competitively no more. And I get out of the automotive industry and I find something where I sit in a chair all day long and answer a phone and hate it. And I don't want to do that. Parker's in here again. If we need more oil on the lanes, give Diddy a call. Hey, Parker, what's up with none of the lefties making the cut out there at the World Series? What the heck happened? Brad told me there was a bunch of speed bumps down lane. All right. Hey, Josh, if I use Milwaukee tools in the DeWalt toolbox, do they fight when I close the lid until I'm asleep? They probably do. Did you ever watch that movie with Ben Stiller, Night at the Museum, where the whole museum comes to life? That's probably what happens inside of your toolbox if you do that. Keep blood sugar down, that's what I'm going through. Yeah, I'm a sucker for sweets, I'll tell you that much. I gotta have my Dr. Pepper in the morning just to wake me up. I know that sounds horrible, and I love my ice cream. So yeah, I think I gotta start cutting back on a lot of that stuff. Dude, I don't know. I'm just a troll using Parker's likeness. So you're not really Parker Bone. Parker, if you're messing with me, I'm not going to be happy. All right. Doug, not going to lie. Try martial arts. Helps with flexibility and teaches you defense. Yeah, I get it. And I think a lot of the same type of qualities are in the yoga. I just don't have time to go to a gym. I don't. Guys, this is my days. You ready? Listen, really quickly. Right now it's the summertime. I wake up at 8 in the morning. I'm at work by 9. I'm at work at the auto shop at Pet Boys from 9 till 6 or 7 at night. Then usually I'll have an appointment or two at my bowling pro shops. Okay? And I'll have an appointment at 7:30, so I'm there till about 8:30, 9 o'clock. I got a half-hour drive home. By the time I get home, it's 10 o'clock. I shower, I eat. It's 11 o'clock. I come down in the basement, I make a few videos for you guys. I post them. By the time that happens, it's about 1 o'clock in the morning. I finally hit the bed, and I'm maybe sleeping by 2 a.m. And then I do it all over again 7 days a week. So it's hard to find a couple of hours in my day to go to the gym. But I may just have to start cutting back in certain things. Sorry, guys. I'm just going back through the comments here to see if I missed anything. Jerry, you see DeWalt is coming out with a 5-in-1 multi-hydro driver, but on the 20-volt platform. Yes. Kind of excited for that. I always wanted to try their 12-volt one, and I missed the sale, the deal of the day at Lowe's. They were already gone by the time I saw it for the 12-volt. So, yeah, I'm kind of excited for that. But I'm going to get the 806, okay, with the 4-amp power packs. And we're going to put it up against the 805. I have a funny feeling, though, it's the same exact drill. Same exact power. It's pretty much the same exact drill. The only difference is it's got anti-kickback on the 806. That's the only difference. And you get a power pack battery. Yeah, I teach bowling. Yeah, I don't know if you know him, but my best friend and business partner, Brad Angelo, he's a touring pro. He's been very successful as a touring pro. He has this thing that his friend Rick Benoit came up with called Bowl U. And it's a whole teaching clinic. It's a whole way of bowling, and we teach that to bowlers, Bowl U. And yeah, we teach it all the time. Yep. Yoga might help you. Just don't get mixed up with those new age stuff about spirituality. Yeah. The way I look at it is, Roosh, everybody's different. Everybody's got their quirks. Everybody's got their hobbies. Everybody's got their beliefs and their feelings. And for a long time, I used to be judgmental about that type of stuff. But now that this last 10 years or so, I just accept people for who they are. I accept them for who they are, and go about it at that way. As long as they're not pushing stuff on me, I accept them for who they are. We may not have the same beliefs. We may not have the same thoughts and theories, but I still respect them, and I still accept them for who they are. Why is it there's not much selection for 6-inch flap discs for the Milwaukee grinder? I don't know. I don't own any Milwaukee grinders. I own a Bosch. I own a shitty Snap-on. Oh my God, is that thing awful. Yeah, I don't think many grinders that are 6-inch come with a bunch of accessories. Now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, and I own the FlexVolt, DeWalt FlexVolt 60-volt, 4.5 to 6-inch angle grinder. Yeah, it's a good deal, Soundwave. I wish I would have saw that deal. Although I was looking at a Milwaukee grinder today. I was. Because I want to do a long format video of different grinders. Just kind of compare them. But I tell you what, I wish all grinders had that X-Lock on it. I mean, that's just genius. I wish they could come up with something like that for a circular saw. How awesome would that be? I mean, they already got Starlock for oscillating multi-tools, right? They got X-Lock for grinders. Why can't you have a freaking lock whatever for circular saws? I mean, if you could literally just pop the saw blade in and out without getting out a freaking stupid wrench that you're going to lose. I don't care that it's got on-tool storage. You're going to lose it because you're going to use it. You're going to set it down somewhere. You're going to lose it. I can't believe none of these companies don't have that type of system for a circular saw yet. I just don't believe it. Yeah, you know, it probably costs a lot of money. Trust me, I've thought about it. No, mine was not like that. I'll get it right now. And that's the whole reason why I can't use this for long. I got, is that rubber? I'm trying to see. Did it look like that, Ted? But this gets hot. This gets hot, dude. I guess that is that rubber? It is rubber. There is a rubber coating on it, but it gets hot, dude. I'm telling you, it gets hot. It gets hot, and when my hand is touching it, it's not comfortable. Yeah, I know, Sharush. I can't believe, you know why I think they haven't done it? Is because there's so, you know, you got Diablo, you got CMT. Every one of these companies make their own circular saw blades, right? It probably cost them millions to have to switch that all over. Plus, everybody's circular saws that they have in the past, they would still have to make that old style of a blade. But I guess you could say the same thing for the oscillate multi-tools and the angle grinders. I mean, geez, if... I don't care what company it was. If they came out with where you could just pop your saw blade in and out, I would never use any other circular saw. I hate changing blades. I hate it. My hands are so big. Trying to hold that dinky little shitty wrench that they give you, and then it's never comfortable, and then it slips, and then you nick your hand. It's always a pain in the fucking ass, especially if some dickhead was using the saw before you, and they don't know how to use a saw, and they over-tighten the piss out of it, because they think it's going to come flying off, so they fucking over-tighten it, and then when you go to untighten it, you fucking, you knuckle grind it. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. If any of you know that, you know what I'm talking about. It sucks. Well, yeah, you're right. That Milwaukee die grinder and the Hercules one. Let me get it. This fucking thing. This is the worst collet of all time. Because even when you loosen it and you get it untight, the thing don't come out. You got to do this weird thing where you hold it just right to where you feel it pop it out. You could have it completely loose and the thing, your attachment won't come out. Ah, there he is. There's Tools with Souls. I was just getting ready to wrap up too, and then Souls pops in, so we can't wrap up yet. We got to show Souls the worst drill of all time. Hold on, guys. This may be worse than the Warrior drill. Don't know yet. We'll test it out. Look at that bad boy. You didn't do nothing. We just like you, buddy. You don't got to do nothing. Look at. Have anybody ever seen a drill with no speed selector? It's been a long time. This is the only drill. Look at all the drills I got. And that's not even all of them. This is the only drill that doesn't have a multiple speed selector. It does spark. Can you see it? Yep, you saw it. No balls. Oh, Shaka's here. Now they're all coming in at the end. Yeah, that's a great deal. I love that Milwaukee install driver. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. And if it comes with the ratchet for $169, that's a great deal. Hey, Souls, not only do we got the shittiest drill ever made. Hey, look at this, Souls. Look, I didn't show you this earlier. Look. They had it marked down to 20, then 14 something, and then they said, fuck it, and they just crossed everything out and put $5 on it. $5. They know I'm a sucker for a good deal, even though that's probably still not a good value for this tool. Hold on, I'm not done, Souls. Yeah, I overpaid. Look at these, Souls. Look. Guess how much I paid for that? It's a Cobalt ratcheting wrench. I got all kinds of them. Look, I got this one. I got this one. I even got some in case Tactics, needs to use it for extra, extra activities at night. $1.99, Souls. I couldn't pass it up. I mean, come on though, for $1.99, that's a good deal. For a ratcheting wrench, that's a good deal. They're 90-tooth ratchets too. If they break, who gives a fuck? It was $1.99, right? That's the way I look at it. Hell, even the Icon ones, the Harbor Freight ones for the kit, I think is $180. So what's that? That's at least $10-12 a wrench. Reversible as well. Yep. Now, yes. The only one of them has this little selector for left or right. But the other ones, yes, you reverse it to go loosey, then you reverse it the other way to go righty. Yes. But this one doesn't. I don't know why this one's different. This one actually has a selector on it. And then look at this, Souls. Vivor sent this today. It's an inspection camera. It's an inspection camera. So we're going to be reviewing that. Put it down some pipes and stuff. See how that works. But yeah. All right, now we got Souls all caught up. We've just been pretty much shooting the shit. Nope, they all don't have selectors. Nope. The only one that does is that 14 mil. All the other ones, look. This is the 17 mil. There's no selector on that. See how it goes that way? And then you flip it. See how it goes the other way? I will say I like the selector better because I've motherfucked so many times doing brake jobs. You're fucking ratcheting it, you're ratcheting it, you set this down, you pick it up the opposite way, and you just go to town, and what you just ratcheted, you just loosened. So, what you just tightened, you loosened. That's happened more than once. So, I do like the selector on the one. How'd you lose over 6 minutes of footage? I've been impressed with Vivor. You can't beat the price of Vivor. Saved me thousands over the years in plumbing. Yeah. So have you used this inspection camera being a plumber? Have you used it? If you have, let me know how you like it. Footage was corrupted. What does that even mean? I will say, the guy who was talking about Vivor, I got a Vivor track saw, and I got it because Matt Outlaw was like calling it the best value in track saws or whatever, and I didn't believe him. So I bought it. And I tell you what, it sucked with the blade that it came with. If you're going to get the V4 track saw, just throw the blade in the garbage and go buy a better blade. Well, I went and bought a better blade, and I tell you what, it works. It works flawlessly. The only thing I hate about it, the dust collection sucks, and it's got a cord on it. If it was cordless, it'd be really good. Oh, I got you. Yeah, it sucks, souls. My editing software would recognize some of the footage. Huh. That's crazy. I hate it too. When you know what happens to me, souls? I'll do this whole 3, 4, 5 minutes of editing, right? And then I watch it 3 or 4 times before I post it, right? Everything looks perfect. Then you post it, and the audio is like a second or two behind the action, behind the video. And it sounds stupid and it looks ridiculous. And I used to just say fuck it and post it, but I've been trying to be better with that. So now it'd be like I'd have to delete it, have to redo all the footage because something happened. Yeah, nothing wrong with sponsor ads. Make some money, right? Wow, it's kind of a dead moment here. It's hard doing one of these by yourself. I will say that. No, you ain't gotta be sorry. Hello, Isaac? What am I doing? Well, we've been on for almost an hour and a half. I was getting ready to wrap up. Then Souls came on, so had to get him all caught up of what we have been talking about. We're getting close to wrapping up here. Yeah, I tell you, I'm not that good at it. I'm not gonna lie. Like the long format videos, I know I'm horrible at, and I'm sorry, guys. I'm thinking about getting a little bit better equipment, maybe maybe a GoPro or something like that. It's really hard getting the footage I want to get with just a cell phone. I'm not saying you can't get it. I'm just saying it's just harder. And I'm so pressed for time all the time, and I know my long format videos need some work. The shorts are easy. Hey, Souls, I got a great idea. Listen, this is what we've been talking about. So you know how they got X-Lock for grinders, right? They got the X-Lock for the grinders, where you don't have to have a tool, you just pop it in, pop it out. They got the Star Lock for Oscillate multi-tools. Well, why can't they have a fucking saw lock for circular saws? Do you know how amazing that would be to be able to pop your circular saw blade in and pop it out virtually within a half of a second? What up, Eddie? We were talking about you a little bit. I was telling people to go check out your 15-second burst of power reviews. Yes, I agree. I can't believe tool companies haven't done it yet. That's one of the most fucking... I hate changing circular saw blades. Especially if a dumb fuck has been using the circular saw before you and they over tighten the piss out of that because they're afraid that's going to come flying off for some odd reason. Especially how small them little wrenches are with my big hands. I always knuckle bust. Because they slip and it's just not good. Why would it throw off the balance, Souls? They couldn't figure out a way to balance it? I mean, they can do it with a 6-inch grinding wheel. Why couldn't they do it with a 6.5-inch circular saw blade? You put another hole. Eddie, you gotta stop playing with knives when you've had a few cocktails. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna hurt yourself, brother. Just from holding the camera? Yeah, Eddie is EDIE. No, I don't know. I haven't gotten the thin Nerf blades. Nope. Not yet. Yeah, right. Out of all the ways to spell your name, Eddie, that would probably be the last try at spelling your name the way you spell it. But that's cool. Oh yeah, you're right. The blades can be different widths. I don't know. I would just think that with how far a lot of this stuff has come, that where there's a will, I would say there's a way. I think it has to probably do with money, and they probably don't want to add a whole nother circular saw blade package and then still have to make all the old stuff for all the older saws that they have put out throughout the years. Yeah, neither do I. Obviously, if you could do it a safe way, yes. I wouldn't want it to where a saw blade would come off. No, obviously not. What do you guys think? You guys had enough? Want to wrap it up? Or do you guys still want to hang out? You let me know. I pretty much said everything I was going to say, though. Yeah, it is going to be a shitty scar. I'm lucky. I'm lucky. I have never done anything like that. I'm very careful. I'm almost too careful to a fault when it comes to that type of stuff. It seems to me that they did have one back in the day. Lots of injuries. Yeah, it was also back in the day. I mean, stuff has come so far now. I just think it would be cool. If it could be done and it could be done safely, I think it would be awesome. What are you trying to say, Souls? You're trying to say you're like a relic or like you're like one of them ancient pieces of furniture? Got to be restored a little bit? You're not that old. Hell, I feel old. I had to go get a real chair because my back was killing me halfway through this live feed. I got this sharpshooting in my pain in my back right now as I sit here and talk to you guys. Probably shouldn't have bowled on Wednesday. In the beginning, there was a word, and I was around to hear it. Yeah, I agree with Roosh. Old is 70 and up. You still got a little time before you get there. What do you guys think? You guys want to see this piece of shit go up against the Warrior and see what is the best of the worst? Or would you guys rather not see this junk on a video? I could care less. For $5, I could care less. I'll donate it to the trade school. Unless you bull, yeah, the back pain will only increase unless you bowl every day. I think it's the opposite way, Eddie. If you don't bowl every day. Listen, Souls, you're not outdating yourself. We had to keep score last week at a tournament because the machine, the scoring units went out at a tournament last week that I finished second in. The scoring machines went out and they had to physically give us scorecards. And I tell you what, the young kids, like 18 to 25 years old, they literally had to be, like, tournament directors literally had to sit there and keep score for them because they didn't know how. And I was like, are you laughing kidding me? How long have you been bowling? You don't know what a strike equals. You don't know if a double strike equals a 9 spare, an 8 spare. You can't add the shit together. I don't understand. That's the type of fucking society we live in today. Everybody has to have it done for them. Everybody's just so stupid when it comes to that stuff. Yeah, Project Source, Eddie. I forgot you just got here, and I got it for $5 on the back aisle. $5 battery and charger. I couldn't pass it up. Send it to Dave. Just don't tell him. Oh. No. I wave. Here, ready? I wave the white flag to that, Souls. I wave. I think that bowling score knowledge has escaped me. Yes, I know. For guys who haven't done it in years, I get it. But for kids, these kids, they're bowling every day, okay? For them not to know how to do it, I thought was comical. If you send it to TRZ with a check for $5, he'll talk it up. You know what? Say I won't. Fuck sending it to TRZ. Guess who we're sending this to? Take a fucking guess, guys, who I'm going to send this to once I'm done with it. Go ahead, chat. Tell me who I'm going to send this to with a check for $5. Oh, I will, Souls. Don't. Nope, not VCG. Try again. Nope, not Vegicream. Nope. I can't believe you guys are taking... There you go, Souls. Now you got it. You know the guy who threatened to sue me? Just so everybody knows in this chat, if you watch the Den of Tools, that fucking guy threatened to sue me if I didn't take down one of my videos. And just didn't threaten a little bit. Like, started a whole war in my comment section, then started on Souls about how he's pitiful and all this bullshit. That guy is a tool. Literal tool. So let's do that. Once I'm done with this, I'm going to go open up a bank account under the name Tools with Big Josh. Okay? So the check says Tools with Big Josh. We're going to send this to the fucking Goldilocks with a check for $5 in the box stating, please review this. Here's your payment of $5. And let's see what happens. That's either a bunch of tools gone bad or batteries that don't last a lifetime. What are you talking about? The tools behind me? If it's not a Milwaukee, then it's just a reciprocating saw. Yep. Needs to say, oh yeah, in what the check's for. Yeah, here's what you're worth. Ah! You know what though? We may have to like stage it so that he actually does a video on it. We may have to do some thinking about this, whether we want to just piss him off when he opens the mail, or do we actually want to trick him into reviewing this on his channel? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that would be worth a couple $100 to me. I would literally write a check for a couple $100 if he would actually review this and then watch him review it, and then I could take that fucking content and fucking mop the floor with him. Oh yeah, the way your jaw is set up, all it would take is one punch to knock me out. You obviously don't know me too well, the fifth loco. But here's the thing. Even if that were true, you would have to get that one punch in. And I'm just going to tell you, I ain't letting it happen. You'll end up on a slab, or you'll end up on a fucking gurney in the back of an ambulance wondering what the fuck just happened. Good day, my friend. Fucking loser. He'll drill the power brush the pilot hole so it can win. Make a video of the whole process. It will go viral. I know, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, get that fucking fifth loco fucking dumb fucking cocksucker out of here. Turn around and show your chocolate starfish. Nah, I'm good. Yeah, like these people are stupid. He will have to jump to reach your jaw. Yeah, that's, everybody. Here we go, guys. Y'all know me as Tools with Big Josh, right? The fun-loving guy who reviews tools, who's a pretty good bowler and has a life in that industry too. And I share my experiences with you. And 99% of the time, I'm a good guy and I enjoy everybody's company. But there was a time, about 15 years ago, that I didn't take shit from anybody. And if you even looked at me the wrong way, you're going on a hospital ride, okay? It's the main reason why, even if friends and family are going out to a restaurant and they want to hang out at the bar after, I don't. I go right home because there's nothing but problems. People see how big I am. I'm a target. They want to start something with me. Next thing you know, a big fight happens. They're in the ambulance. I'm talking to the cops. I decided to cut that right out of my life, okay? So, for all the people who don't know what I used to be back in the day, I wasn't a good person, okay? That guy can slightly come out every once in a while when I'm pushed to a certain brink. But it ain't going to happen from some YouTube fucking joker, I'll tell you that much right now. Yeah, everyone is definitely tough behind their keyboard, but people always have been trying to come at me ever since I was a kid because I was always the biggest, and they looked at it as if they got the shit kicked out of them, then oh well, they got the shit kicked out of them by a giant. But if they just so happened to throw a lucky punch and got me, which by the way has never happened, then they would be crowned the king. You know what I mean? So I learned a long time ago that unless I absolutely have to, defend myself. I try not to. Long story short, back when I was 23 years old, me and my buddies were hanging out at the bar in downtown Niagara Falls. A guy came in and smacked my girlfriend on her ass. Okay? I grabbed him, put him up against the wall, told him if he didn't leave, he was going to be in big trouble. He left, kicking and screaming, saying he was coming back with his friends. Well, he came back with him, his friend, and his cousin. Called me and my friend outside. We went outside. I hit the guy one time. I caved in the whole right side of his face. Broke his orbital bone. His eye popped out. His eye was laying on the sidewalk. And he was laying in a pool of his own blood. It was so bad I had to take off my shirt to stop the bleeding because I thought I had just killed the guy. Okay? That was the last guy I ever punched. Even though it wasn't my fault, that was the last guy I ever punched. Because I thought I killed him. I came very close to killing him. To this day, I know of him. He still doesn't have an eye. And he still has a hard time talking because his whole jaw was wired shut. I broke every bone on the right side of his face with one punch. The judge couldn't believe it. He thought I had hit him multiple times. They were trying to arrest me. But then when they went back and looked at the video camera footage from the bar, they saw me only hit him one time after he tried hitting me. So thankfully I didn't get in any trouble. But that was the last time I ever hit anybody because it scared the living shit out of me. No matter what's happening, I don't want to kill anybody. That's not my goal, right? So I have completely taken that out of my life. It's not a part of me anymore. But when push comes to shove, that person can still come back out once in a great while. Yeah, he learned. The rest of his life, he learned. Wearing a patch over his eye and not being able to talk right. He definitely learned. Not proud of it, but people just want to push the wrong people to the brink. It's bad enough you smacked my future wife on the ass. It's bad enough you came back with 3 people to kick my ass. Somehow I was sitting in a courtroom fighting for my life to not go to jail for 10 years. Thank God for them cameras, because if those cameras weren't there, I may not be sitting here talking to you about tools. That's how much that scared me. It scared me so much, I almost went to Arizona and ran from the courts and went to go live. I was going to go live with my sister and see if it settled down. But I chose not to go. I faced the music, and it all ended up working out in the end, but it was not an easy situation by any means. It was one of the worst situations of my life. I peed on a guy. It was funny, a total accident, but dude got pissed. No shit. No shit. Yeah. Yeah, Eddie. You know, some people, they say stuff and they don't realize the shit that they're saying, and it's not worth the rest of my life sitting in a jail cell because some asshole wants to fly off the mouth. Now, if you're swinging at me and shit, that's a different story. Like, that's a different story. But idiots, like in the comment section here, I just walk away from it now because it's not worth it to me. Yeah, Sharush. Yep. I didn't want to hurt the guy, but the guy fucking came. 3 guys came at me swinging, and he was the first guy I hit. And I tell you what, when I hit him and he fell, and his eyeball was on the sidewalk next to him, in a puddle of his own blood, his fucking friends and his family members saw it, looked at me, and they ran the other way and left his ass there. So what does that say about those people? I fucking hit him, and now mind you, it's fucking February in Buffalo, New York. I literally took off my shirt off my back and I was out on the sidewalk bare-chested trying to stop the bleeding from this guy. Honestly, if I didn't do that, he probably would have lost his life. his friends and his cousin ran because they knew I was about ready to kill them too. But that's what I mean. People are stupid. People don't realize they fly off at the fucking mouth. They do dumb shit. And then they want to sit there and play the fucking victim in a courtroom. Hello, Chrome. Welcome to the chat. Do I use Harbor Freight? Yep. Depends what it is, but sure do. Use Harbor Freight. It's the greatest place in the world. I don't know if it's the greatest place in the world. They do got some good value stuff if you're going in the Hercules line. I haven't had much luck with Bauer stuff, and the Warrior shit is just garbage. But their Icon hand tools and sockets are really good. I do agree. I use them at work all the time. Is Jackson Dart that dude? Who is Jackson Dart? No clue who you're talking about. Well, that's good. If you had luck with it, good. You know, it's different strokes for different folks, right? I do like a lot of Hercules stuff. I got a lot of Hercules stuff. Do I think they hold up well in my profession? No. Like my die grinder's on its last legs. It's only 3 or 4 months old, but I do use it every day. Oh, you're talking about football. Yeah, the Giants quarterback, Jackson Dart. Yeah, we just drafted him. Yeah, sorry. Of course, I know who Jackson Dart is. I don't know. I didn't like the pick. We'll just leave it at that. I did not like that pick. Hated. I would have rather have had Shedeur Sanders. I would have rather have gotten another offensive lineman, another defensive lineman, another something, and got Shedeur maybe in the 3rd-ish round. Yeah, Eddie, that's okay. You can be cheap. I'm just saying, I use Hercules stuff all the time. I got the Hercules planer sitting right to the right of me. I have probably run 100 different cutting boards through that since I've had it. It still works great. If it breaks, well, then we'll know never to buy one of those again. But I got the Hercules drill. I like it. That's why I said get another offensive lineman sold. That's why I said that. I felt like we needed work in a lot more areas in quarterback, especially seeing how we picked up Jameis Winston, and Russell Wilson. Okay, I did not think a quarterback, especially that quarterback, but who knows, right? Who freaking knows? The draft, you don't know until 3-4 years down the road anyway. So even though I didn't like it, doesn't mean I'm not going to support the kid and root for him every Sunday. We'll see. We'll see, right? Yeah, we may go 3-15 this year. And that's what I was saying about Arch Manning. Like, fuck the quarterback this year. Just fucking go 0-16 and go get a Manning. Just do that. But I have a funny feeling Dable and Shine are going to be out after this year, so they're not looking for next year. They got to win now. But I still don't think drafting Jackson Dart helps you win now. So none of it made sense to me. How am I not a Bills fan? Okay, here we go. My father is from Newark, New Jersey. Moved up here, I think he was 11, 12 years old when they moved to Buffalo. Okay? Obviously, he met my mom later in years, had me and my brother, and the rest is history. But while we grew up, my dad did not want us being Buffalo Bills fans. He pretty much, and I'm going to be honest, even if he didn't brainwash me, I would have still been a Giants fan because that's what we did every Sunday. We watched the Giants game. And it was more about spending time with my dad than it was about the football. But that slowly became into an obsession of being a Giants fan. As you can tell, I got it tattooed right on my arm here. And yeah, that's how I became a Giants fan. My dad had pretty much bought me Giants everything when I was younger, and it was my dad's. My dad is so passionate about the Giants that I just wanted to be. I wanted to be like my dad, and so I grew to love the Giants. Thank you, Hayden. I guess I love you too. I don't know if everybody loves me. Have you guys been reading dumb comments of the day? I smell your beard every day. Okay, now it's getting a little weird. You make my day, and I love you. Okay, great. I'm back on the tools or football or whatever. You want to see my M12 stubby? Okay, hold on. Oh, shit. Oh. Golly. That hurts. There she be. I got two of these, actually. I got one for home, and I got one at work. I was actually using this a shit ton today. Because I had to take off all the crap underneath my Jeep so I could get all the oil that had pissed everywhere the last couple of days out of it because of a stupid O-ring that blew out. And I had to get all that oil cleaned up. So I'd take off all the skid plates and stuff, and I used that, and it took them all off great, put them back on great. Juan wants to see Big Josh's stubby. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, them now they got this new one coming out, the subcompact stubby. The 1/4 inch one is 100 foot-pounds of nut busting torque, and the 3/8 is 250. I mean, is it smaller than the original stubby? It is a little bit smaller, but I'm gonna tell you, if it's much more, I mean, it's already small in my hand, right? I got big hands. I don't see me using those new uh, M12 subcompacts. I think they suck. If they're anything like the drill and impact driver subcompacts, they're fucking garbage. But we'll see what happens. Well, Souls, when I saw these sitting on the table at Lowe's for $2 today, and as I was only going to get one. I was going to only get the 17 mil because a 17 mil got stolen out of my toolbox at work. A guy had borrowed it, and then he got fired. And next thing you know, I was on vacation. My ratchet went with him. So I'm like, I need a 17 to replace that in my Icon kit, right? So I had it, and oh, good, they got a 17, right? Then I was looking at the other side, and then, you know what came in my head? Fucking Juan. I'm like, Juan's probably going to be watching tonight. I'll pick up a couple of different sizes and make him happy, right? And then the fucker doesn't even come and watch tonight. No, Souls, the 3/8 is 250. The 3/8 anvil subcompact is 250, and the 1/4 inch anvil subcompact, there's two different ones, is 100. So 100 and 250. That 1/4 inch one, I don't even know why they made it. I'm going to be honest with you. It's probably going to suck. design an electric scooter that runs off of DeWalt batteries. I don't have the time. Yep, I got the DCF 850. Yep, sure do. I got a lot of them. I got the 870, the 860. Actually, I don't have the 840 anymore. I donated that to. I donated my that and a couple other tools to the kids at the trade school around the corner from my house, so that they had some good tools to use while they were building homes for Habitat for Humanity and all that type of stuff. And honestly, they needed it. The tools that they were using were like worse than using hyper tough stuff. Like, I couldn't believe that the school didn't have good tools in there. They had like the most garbage budgeted tools in there. And when I brought that stuff to them kids and that teacher, they were so appreciative. I was going to video it, but I decided not to, because I didn't want to hear, the trolls saying that I only did it for the publicity, because that's not why I did it. I did it because I wanted the kids to have good tools and to learn what they were learning, whatever trade it was, and have the proper tools to do the job. Well, Bill, thanks for being here. Hyper Tough is stepping up a touch. Yeah, and that shocks me, souls, because those kids are the next generation of tradesmen. You would think Milwaukee or DeWalt or Flex or Bosch or whoever, Craftsman, would throw some of these schools some tools so that they get that business later down the road. But they don't. And I think it's kind of shitty. I think it's really shitty that these big tool companies will send VCG or fucking Total Retard Zone or the Den of Tools or whatever other guy that's on YouTube and send them all the tools that they don't need. But kids that are trying to learn a trade, which are very few, by the way, but the ones that are there trying to learn have these fucking project source drills that can't even sink a 3-inch screw. Hold on, let me see what he wrote there. I live in Wisconsin. Milwaukee donates a decent amount to trade schools in the area. Okay, in the area, I guess, but there's so many other tool companies. I'm telling you, I go to Erie County BOCES, Niagara County BOCES. Those are the two trade schools in my area. And at least at Niagara County BOCES, they're running shit that is 20, 30 years old. And the newer stuff is like a Warrior Harbor Freight brand circular saw. And I'm watching these kids struggle, watching them trying to make cuts. The instructor's trying to teach them, but the tool doesn't want to do the goddamn work. All right, Hayden's got to go. He's too weird for me. This Hayden dude. If any of the, you know what, fuck it, I'll do it. He's got to go. Goodbye, Hayden. Yeah, 24 hours. See you later. Yeah, they should. Souls. Bosch should definitely do that. I mean, people in America are buying Bosch. You would think that they would be trying to influence that next generation. How did I kick you out? If you're still commenting, how did I kick you out? I kicked out Hayden. I kicked out Hayden. I didn't kick you out. Well, if Denny kicked you out, then you must have said something weird. Thanks, Denny. Yeah, they are. I mean, that trade school, I'm talking, they build a house a year. They build it right on site there, and then an 18-wheeler picks up that house at the end of the school year. They build a brand new home for Habitat for Humanity, and then they give that home away to a family that's in need. So, if I could help out in the slightest way and give the kids some tools to help out a good cause, I'm more than happy to do it. Yeah, I know, Souls. I've already hidden probably 5 or 6 people tonight. Denny's done it. Sharush has done it. There's been some real fucking weirdos in the chat tonight. Yeah, but if you were hidden Chrome, if you were hidden, you wouldn't be able to comment right now. I'm not saying you are weird. You're commenting right now. You're not hidden. I can see it. Everybody can see your comments, dude. You're not hidden. Souls is weird, yeah, but he's a good type of weird. He's our resident cranky get off my lawn tool guy. That's Souls right there. And we love him. We love him for who he is. Yeah, Hayden was getting really weird there, talking about smelling my, like, all right, dude, you gotta go. Like, now there's a Hayden Warren. That better not be the same Hayden, but a different last name. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Hyper Tough is not that good. I agree. Have they gotten better, though? Yeah, they've gotten better. Like their little, they got a stubby out too. It ain't horrible. It ain't bad. I just don't know if it will hold up. He doesn't act like the other Hayden. Yeah, dude, that's what they were saying. They want to smell my starfish and my beer. Like, it was getting weird, bro. So they got to go. And it looks like there's another guy who's saying some weird shit because he was just hidden. Denny's busy tonight. Thank you, Denny, for doing all that. All right, guys. We've been on now for an hour and 40 minutes. Well, wait, hold on. No. We've been on for over 2 hours. All right, Eddie. I appreciate that, brother. Just let me know, dude. I'll pay the shipping, bro. Dude, just email me. Dude, I'll pay the shipping. You too, brother. You keep being you, Eddie. You too, Chrome. Nice seeing you. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. Remember, turn your notifications on so that way you're notified when we go live every Friday night. I know the last couple of Fridays we kind of been just chatting about stuff, but maybe next Friday we'll just do a random you want to see a tool? If we got it, we'll show it type of a thing, okay? Thank you, Sharush. Thank you, Denny, for being moderators. I've got to send you back 2 mid-level drills. Yeah, I know, Souls. It's no big deal. We'll figure it out. I'm not worried about them. It's all good. Good luck with your corn career? What? Did I miss something? All right, guys.